Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once more, you are welcome to the continuation of our e-learning program. As you all know, I'm Mr. Alagui. So inshallah, today we want to continue from where we stopped. In our last lesson, we discussed about the ratios of angle 30 degrees and 60 degrees, where we discussed about the sine of angle 30 degrees, cos of angle 30 degrees, tan of angle 30 degrees, also tan of angle 60 degrees, cos of angle 60 degrees, and sine of angle 60 degrees. But today, we want to look at the ratio of tan, sine, and cosine of angle 45 degrees. Now, in our last lesson, before we can get angle 60 degrees and 30 degrees, we used equilateral triangle. But today, we are not going to use equilateral triangle, but we use isosceles triangle. Now, draw an isosceles right-angled triangle X, Y, Z. As we all know that an isosceles triangle is a triangle where two sides are equal and the two base angles are also equal. But in this case, it will be right-angled. That is, one of the angle will be equal to 90 degrees. And the two other angles will be complementary angle. You know that complementary angles are angles where two angles sum up to 90 degrees. Then, angle X equals angle Z, which is equal to 45 degrees. The side of the triangle will not affect the ratio of 45 degrees. So let X, Y equals YZ, which is equal to 1 unit. And then by Pythagoras theorem, XZ equals to root 2 units. That is by Pythagoras theorem. Are we together? By Pythagoras theorem. When we use Pythagoras theorem, that is the square of the hypotenuse. You know that YZ is the hypotenuse. Is equal to the square, is equal to the addition of the square of the other two sides. Therefore, 1 square plus 1 square, which is equal to 1 plus 1. Therefore, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Therefore, xy now will be equal to the root of 2. That is root 2. Are we together? Let's recall again. Xz square equals xy square plus xyz square. Therefore, xz square equals 1 square plus 1 square. Therefore, xz square equals 2. Now, xz equals root 2. Xz equals root 2. From the definitions, sine 45 degrees equals SOH, that is so. Is that clear? That is from the definition. So, that is opposite all over what? All over hypotenuse. Tan, that is sine 45 degrees. The line, the side that is opposite sine 45, that 45 degrees is 1. Is that clear? All over the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse is root 2. Are we together? Therefore, sine 45 degrees is 1 all over root 2. Are we together? Therefore, cos 45 degrees. Cos is car, that is adjacent all over hypotenuse. Adjacent all over hypotenuse. The side that is adjacent to 45 degrees is 1, and the hypotenuse is root 2. Therefore, cos 45 degrees is 1 all over root 2. From this, we can infer that sine 45 degrees is equal to cos 45 degrees, which is equal to 1 all over root 2. Are we together? Lastly, tan 45 degrees. Tan is toa. That is tan 45 degrees, that is toa. Opposite all over adjacent. The side that is opposite to 45 degrees is 1, that is YZ, and the adjacent, the side that is adjacent to 45 degrees is what? Is XY, that is 1. Is that clear? Therefore, tan 45 degrees is 1 all over 1, which is equal to 1. Are we together? Do you understand that? Do you understand that? That's fine, that's fine. So let us move forward. Let's look at example 2. Find the length of marked X and Y. Find the length of marked X and Y from the figure below. Now, we want to first of all find the value of X. Therefore, we say sine 45 degrees is opposite all over hypotenuse. The side that is opposite to 45 degrees is X, and the hypotenuse is 4. Therefore, we say sine 45 degrees is X all over 4. Therefore, X now will be equal to 4 sine 45 degrees. 4 sine 45 degrees. Therefore, sine 45 degrees from our previous knowledge is 1 all over root 2. Therefore, we now say sine 45 degrees is 1 over root 2. Therefore, X equals 4 times 1 all over root 2. Is that clear? Therefore, 4 times 1 is 4 all over root 2. Now, we are not going to leave it as 4 all over root 2. We now rationalize. How do we rationalize? Is that clear? We look at the denominator. We now use the value of the denominator to multiply the numerator and the denominator. The denominator here is root 2. Then you now use root 2 to multiply both numerator and the denominator. So that is why we have 4 all over root 2 times root 2 divided by root 2, which is equal to 4 times root 2 is 4 root 2. And root 2 times root 2 is 2. Therefore, 2 into 1, 2 in 4, 2. Therefore, the value of x will now be equal to 2 root 2. Are you following? If that is known, therefore, we can now move forward to find the value of y. Now, look at the other triangle. The side that is opposite to 45 degrees is y, because we want to look for the value of y. Are we together? Are we together? Now, we now say that tan 45 degrees, tan is opposite all over what? All over adjacent. Opposite all over adjacent. The value of x, which is the adjacent, is 2 root 2. Therefore, tan 45 is equal to y all over 2 root 2. Therefore, y now will be equal to 2 root 2 tan 45. But we can recall that tan 45 is 1. Tan 45 is 1. Therefore, you now substitute. You now say 2 root 2 times 1, where 1 is tan 45. Therefore, 2 root 2 times 1 is 2 root 2. It means that x equals to what? X is equal to y. X is equal to y. Are we together? X is equal to y. Are we together? It means that this triangle is an isosceles triangle. The other triangle is an isosceles triangle because the two sides are equal. Are we together? So it's very simple. These are the values that you are going to be inserting or substituting when you are solving this kind of problem. Note that sine 45 degrees is 1 over root 2. Y cos 45 degrees is 1 over root 2. It means that sine 45 degrees equals to cos 45 degrees, which is equal to 1 over root 2. Exactly. Then tan 45 degrees is 1. Are we together? Please note all these things and try to put it into your memory so that you will not forget. Is that clear? So this trigonometry is one of the simplest topic in mathematics. So try as much as possible to sink all these values into your memory. Inshallah, may Allah continue to be with us. Inshallah, till we meet next time, have a nice day. Is that clear? Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.